Hi everyone, my name is Johnny Lum and I'm 22 years old and I live in the state of Hawaii. After being diagnosed with Crohn's disease a couple of years ago, I've learned a lot about this crazy but livable autoimmune condition. Before we get into this video, I'd like to just add that I'm not a medical professional by any means and I don't intend to portray myself as such, unlike some people on YouTube. So please double check with a doctor before taking any advice from me. Tip number 1, build a good team of healthcare professionals around you. A strong team of medical experts is incredibly important for achieving and staying in full remission. You should always do some independent research to find the best doctors available to you. Since this is a lifelong condition, try to find ones who operate within the same hospital network and those who offer virtual telehealth appointments for convenience. Finding a doctor that goes above and beyond for you is especially hard nowadays with the nationwide shortage of doctors. There's a chance you could meet a doctor that might not have your best interests in mind. If you ever feel that's the case, then I'd highly encourage you to take the initiative and switch to a new provider. That's something that I've had to do a couple of times, and now I can confidently say I've established a solid team around me. Assuming that you already have a primary care provider, you're going to need a gastroenterologist. This is going to be by far the most important doctor you'll work with because they will be directly involved in your Crohn's disease treatment and management. Most gastroenterologists do colonoscopies all day. So for your regular Crohn's related follow-up appointments, you'll see a gastro nurse practitioner who will act as a middleman working under the gastroenterologist. This is who you'll consistently meet with to talk about your condition and results from any blood or stool tests you may have to take. If there's something really important to talk about, like choosing the right medication for you, I'd skip the nurse practitioner and go straight to sending your doctor a direct message so that there's no miscommunication and you're getting the information straight from the source. One of the most hard-hitting aspects of Crohn's is the potential for surgical intervention. Let's be real, surgery is universally agreed upon as a scary subject. However, I'm here to tell you today that it's true, man. I cried a little bit when I first met with my surgeon. Although, one thing scarier than getting surgery is getting it with a doctor who you don't feel comfortable with. With the right surgeon, it seriously won't feel as daunting as you might think. I actually had to get a small procedure done called a ceton placement to help heal with a Crohn's related fistula. And despite it sounding like a total nightmare on paper, my surgeon, Dr. Tadaki, took incredible care of me and is hands down one of the most personable and empathetic doctors that I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. When it comes to your diet, you're going to be restricted until the inflammation in your digestive tract is better under control and when you've rebuilt a healthy microbiome. Consulting with a nutritionist will help make the most out of the limited foods and drinks that you can tolerate in the beginning. Considering not everyone with Crohn's can eat the same stuff, it can get tricky. Having a professional on your side will save you a lot of trial and error with testing out new foods. Don't worry, with the right plan, I truly believe that you'll be able to eat a normal diet again. As you can imagine, living with Crohn's can get pretty hectic and even isolating at times. So to assist you with your mental well-being, I'd recommend connecting with a licensed therapist. Before seeing a therapist, I felt like I had a mountain of constant stress and anxiety on me. But fast forward to now, I feel much more positive and relaxed about my health and just overall perspective on life. Through working with my therapist Mina, we built a personalized plan for me to achieve intentional living. Plus, sometimes you just need someone to talk to, other than your barber. Tip number 2, staying disciplined with your diet during a flare-up. If your Crohn's disease is currently in a tough spot and you're not able to hold down most foods, establishing a diet of bland, easily digestible foods will be a key part of your healing. While there is no specific diet for Crohn's, there are some foods that work well for most people. What I would suggest is a diet of bananas, ground turkey, white potatoes, peanut butter sandwiches on white bread, graham crackers, and plant-based protein shakes. This is what I ate in the short term to keep my stomach feeling at peace when I had active inflammation in my digestive tract. The main thing is just to stay disciplined with what works for you and not to indulge in any common problem foods for Crohn's. And if you live in Hawaii, that means no more malasadas, garlic chicken, and liheng gummies. Yeah, I told you you're going to need a therapist. Ultimately, your nutritionist will be able to provide you tremendous support with your food choices, especially towards helping you gain the weight back that you've likely lost. Tip number 3, don't give up on finding the right medication. Determining the right treatment for your Crohn's disease should be your priority after being diagnosed. Something else to keep in mind is that there is no go-to specific treatment for Crohn's. However, the good news is because there are so many medications out in the market, the chances are you will eventually find one that fully heals you. It's totally normal for someone to try a couple different Crohn's medications before finally finding one that works well for them. My former gastro doctor, who is now retired, feels that biologic medications should be the gold standard treatment for people with moderate to severe Crohn's disease, instead of the anti-inflammatory pills that are typically prescribed first. Biologic medications have ads all the time online that sound something like, ask your doctor if Humira is right for you. As someone with Crohn's who has actually tried Humira, I feel personally attacked. Anyways, it generally takes about 2 weeks to tell if a biologic medication is working for you at all. If it is working, which is great news, then it will take around several months to a year for the biologic to fully heal your digestive tract. Along that year, there are some adjustments your gastro doctor can make, like increasing your dose frequency, adding on an immunosuppressant like Imurin, or pulling out completely and switching to a new biologic medication if need be. My current treatment plan includes a biologic called Stelara, which I take every 4 weeks. Plus, I do a daily pill of Imurin. Before this, I tried 2 other biologics called Entyvio and Humira, like I said before, and I didn't do too well on those. Although some people have done really well on them, so it's hard to say which one your doctor will prescribe you. The key is to stay proactive towards communicating progress with your doctor so that they can make the best calculated decisions for your treatment. As a bonus tip, I gotta give credit to my local church C4, especially Pastor Chad, who visited me when I was hospitalized for my Crohn's disease. Whether you're religious or not, having a group of people praying for your success and healing is comforting and motivating on a whole nother level. I'm not gonna force religion on anybody, but just know God is available to you 24/7. I seriously hope that these tips will help you on your journey with Crohn's disease. I will also be adding some links in the description about everything I've talked about in this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I look forward to hearing about your success.